The drastically changed Galaxy S6 and the kind of changed HTC One M9, which is better. In a world where HTC was pretty much dominating in terms of pure aesthetics and design, Samsung took a big step forward, and in my opinion, completely matched, if not beat, the design of the M9 with their S6. The S6 is now completely reconstructed. Gone is the cheap plastic, gone is the dimple design, and in with a combination of an iPhone 4, a Nexus 4, an iPhone 6, whatever you want to call it. But it's a good design. It's got glass on the front and back, Gorilla Glass 4, and it's certainly very fingerprint and oil prone, but it looks awesome and it's durable. On the sides we have aluminum and metal, and it feels good in the hand. Now the M9 of course is almost completely all metal as well, and it's built extremely well, and it just looks nice. But you really can't go wrong with either of these phones if you're looking for aesthetics and design. They're both slippery, but they're both really good looking and decently feeling. And I think that's a good thing going for both of them. Now both of these phones do have its quirks in terms of design. With the S6 it's the giant protruding hump for the camera on the back of the phone. It doesn't affect how you use it, but it's really an eyesore in my opinion, and that's my biggest problem and only problem with the design of the S6. Now with the M9, my biggest complaint would be probably the buttons. They're all similar shaped and they're very close to each other, and it just makes an experience that isn't super nice, and it's a small thing, but I really wish HTC would have done something more like Samsung and spaced them out nicely on different sides. And of course the M9 is also thick. It's a lot thicker than the S6, and this overall makes it a less comfortable phone to hold after long periods of time. It's thicker, it's heavier, and it also heats up a lot more than the S6 does. Now outside of the thickness on both these phones, the footprints are almost identical, the M9 just being a hair taller and the S6 being a hair wider, but they're pretty much identical in terms of the footprint and overall dimensions. Now both of these phones do feature IR blasters for controlling your TV and media. They both have the headphone jacks on the bottom and the charging port on the bottom, and they both are equipped with fast charging technology, so you can charge both of these very quickly. Now on the S6, of course, we have the physical home button surrounded by two software keys on both sides, and I like this a lot better than the M9 because it doesn't take up any of that precious real estate, and it also features a built-in fingerprint scanner, which with the S5 is terrible, but with the S6 it truly is kind of a game changer. It's really awesome. It definitely competes, if not beats, the iPhone 6 with Touch ID. It works very consistently, it's a great secure way to unlock your phone, and it hasn't caused me any problems so far. So I definitely give the edge to the small little features to the S6, because I do love that home button that's very tactile, and the fingerprint scanner, which works very well. Now on both these phones we have excellent displays, and for me personally, I don't have a preference. I would take either of them and be completely happy with it, but really I would probably say if I had to pick, I would pick the S6. It has a slightly bigger screen, 5.1 inches versus 5 inches, and it's got a quad HD display versus the 1080p screen. Now 1080p is perfectly sharp and fine, but if you really want a little bit brighter, that Super AMOLED display with the dark blacks and the vibrant saturated colors, the S6 does have that edge, and it is sharper, although you probably won't notice that most of the time. But the moral of the story is that both phones have excellent screens, but the S6, in my opinion, is just a little bit nicer, and I do appreciate that it gets dimmer and brighter. Now both of these phones are running skinned versions of Android Lollipop, and it kind of depends which variant you have and which carrier. In this case I have AT&T on both, and that will decide which version of Android Lollipop. And neither skins are terrible. I definitely prefer the elements and the features that come with TouchWiz on the Galaxy S6, as I'm just not a huge fan of Sense 7 on the M9 and just some of the elements and the looks. I definitely prefer the S6. I definitely prefer stock Android over both of these, but like I said, between them, TouchWiz has a design that I'm more fond of, and also a few features on the S6 like the incredibly awesome multitasking that I'm a really big fan of, and then there's also S Health and a variety of other S things that make the S6 pretty nice. Not to say the M9 is bad, and really it's Android, so if you don't like it, you can change it. But in my opinion, I do prefer the skin on the S6, but neither of them are terrible, neither of them are perfect. Now both of these skins are lighter than their previous versions, which is nice, which means it's a little bit faster. And speaking of that, both phones are very fast. They both have processors, and they both have RAM, and that's really all you need to know, because everything else is just numbers. The real world experience, they're both snappy, they're both responsive. Generally, I found the Galaxy S6, to me, whether it be the animations or whether it be actually faster, I kind of liked that better, but they're both really fast. I didn't really have any problems except for an occasional hiccup here and there because of just Android related things, but both of these phones are very fast and they both have decent skins. But probably the number one area where the S6 and the M9 get separated would be the camera, and I probably don't even need to go into this because you probably already know the S6 is one of the best smartphones on the market in terms of cameras, and the M9 is, it's average, and it's a big difference. The S6 is just a better camera. It's got better dynamic range, it's got better colors, it's more vibrant, sharper images, better video, everything is just better. If you're a camera lover, S6 all the way in terms of Android, and it's really not even close in this comparison. You can see the shots with the M9, a lot of times I'll get blurry shots. I'm not sure why, it might be the processing, might be the shutter speed, but whatever it is, the S6 just has a better camera. But the M9 does win in two departments, and it's pretty obvious in this one as well. The first one is the speaker. This features boom sound speakers, they're front-facing speakers, they're stereo, they're right at your face, and they're awesome. Now, they're not too much louder than the S6. The S6 still has nice loud speakers, but the M9 is just clear and it's awesome. And even if you're just listening through your headphones, the built-in amplifier is a little bit better than the S6. So if you're a big music lover or you listen to speakers a lot, the M9 would be hard to beat because of those awesome speakers. Now, another area the M9 wins is battery life. Now, both of these are a little bit disappointing. The S6 does struggle to get through a full day. Usually will die at around 5 p.m. around that time. But good thing both these do have quick charging, so that if you give it 15 minutes, you could easily last the rest of the day with that. But the M9 would generally get about a full day, probably nothing more than that. But both of these phones could do better in battery life, but the M9 does win in that, and does win in the speaker as well. So at the end of the day, both of these are great phones, but I would pick the S6. I like the build quality, I like the design, I love the camera and the screen, and I like it being thinner. But the M9's nice too, and it has expandable storage, it has an okay camera, it has better battery life, and amazing speakers. But those are my opinions, and I'd love to hear yours, so let me know in the comments. And I would love if you guys could hit that like button, as this video took many hours, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.